In the day's other news, a Minneapolis jury began deliberating manslaughter charges against Kim Potter. The former suburban Minneapolis police officer shot and killed Daunte Wright during a traffic stop last April. Prosecutors today played down Potter's claim that she meant to grab her taser, not her gun. The defense said that Wright was to blame for trying to drive off. They summed up in closing arguments.
She didn't have to intend to harm anyone. She didn't have to intend to kill Daunte Wright, but that's what she did. She consciously took a chance of causing death or great bodily harm by pulling a weapon and firing it without giving it a second thought.
Her acts were all legal. Everything she did was legal. And then he tries to break away. And consciously, she thought she was doing the right thing. Daunte Wright caused his own death, unfortunately. But those are the cold, hard facts, the evidence.
The killing of Daunte Wright sparked protests and added to a national outcry over racial justice. The case of Ghislaine Maxwell has also gone to a jury tonight in New York. She's accused of recruiting teenage girls for sexual abuse by the late financier Jeffrey Epstein. Today, federal prosecutors closed by branding Maxwell a dangerous predator. The defense argued that she has been made a scapegoat. We'll take a closer look later in the program. The Pentagon today has clarified its rules on extremism in the military. As before, the guidance bars troops from actively engaging in extremist activities. But it goes into more detail. Banned activities range from advocating terrorism to posting extremist views online. The rules also spell out the process that commanders must use to punish someone. Chile has a new president-elect, and he is vowing to remake the country with progressive policies. Leftist Gabriel Boric won Sunday's runoff against a far-right lawmaker. That touched off celebrations in the capital, Santiago. Boric vowed to create an inclusive government to fight poverty and inequality.
Chileans, I received this mandate with humility and a tremendous sense of responsibility. I will be a president who cares for democracy and does not risk it, listens more than what he speaks, seeks unity, and attends to the needs of the people daily.
The new president takes over next March. The U.S., Britain, and other countries today condemn Sunday's election in Hong Kong as an erosion of democracy. Pro-Beijing candidates swept legislative races after others were kept off the ballot. Voter turnout was just 30%, the lowest since Britain handed the city back to China in 1997. In the Philippines, the death toll has reached at least 375 after the strongest storm there this year. Typhoon Rai blasted the southern Philippines before blowing into the South China Sea on Friday. Winds of 120 miles an hour ripped off roofs and knocked out power across several provinces. Some survivors were left without food or water. Back in this country, the Biden administration is moving to fight climate change with a big jump in mileage standards for cars and trucks. A final rule issued today sets an industry-wide target of 40 miles a gallon by 2026. That reverses a Trump-era rollback of an earlier rule. The U.S. House investigation into the January 6th insurrection is expanding. The committee is now seeking an interview with GOP Congressman Scott Perry of Pennsylvania. He is the first sitting Congress member to be publicly sought out for questioning. Drug maker Biogen said today it is cutting the price of its new Alzheimer's treatment in half to around $28,000 a year. Aduhelm is the first drug to slow the progress of the brain disorder instead of just managing symptoms, but it has run into slow sales and a backlash over its high cost. And on Wall Street, stocks joined a worldwide market slump over worries about the pandemic and inflation. The Dow Jones Industrial Average lost 433 points to close at 34,932. The Nasdaq fell 188 points. The S&P 500 slipped 52. And the White House has a new puppy in residence. He's named Commander. President Biden shared a photo on his Twitter account today. The dog appears to be a German Shepherd and was a gift to the president from his family. Still to come on the NewsHour, Tamara Keith and Amy Walter break down the latest political news. Closing arguments in the trial of Jeffrey Epstein associate Ghislaine Maxwell. Dr. Francis Collins discusses his long career as he steps away from leading the National Institutes of Health, plus much more.
This is the PBS NewsHour from WETA Studios in Washington and in the West from the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism at Arizona State University.